Hello everybody, welcome to the morning in the Philippines. Everybody's getting active now. Want to give you a midweek update on our building progress. Since it's been more than 21 days since they poured our slab for our first floor or second floor, whatever you want to call it, they could remove the metal scaffolding and wood braces from down here. So now you at least can walk through there and see. That was a pile of bracing in there. So they pulled all that out so they can use it in the upstairs to brace for our roof deck, which they're working on now. Progress this week is a little bit slower because they're higher up in the air. And I understand that and I know that. Because when I work construction, once you get up there a little higher, you walk a little slower, you move a little slower because you don't want to fall anymore. It gets a little higher up there and you know if you fall you're going to really be hurt. So, and construction workers for some reason have the mentality when you're down lower, you're not going to get hurt that bad. So, but as they go higher, they work a little slower. So yesterday we went and spent a bunch of money again, which you have to do if you want progress, even though I hate spending money. So we got a big pile of cement over here. We got a bunch of plywood. I spent part of my day yesterday ripping down plywood for the guys so they don't have to hand saw it down the center for their forms. That's for what they call a lead for the outside of the house. We got, like I say, 90 sacks of cement, and we got sacks of Sahara, which I don't know anything about this, but that's really leaking out the bottom. Turn that over and get the rip away. So it's called Sahara. Put it in there so that the concrete is waterproof for our roof deck. I don't see how that does anything, but obviously it does something. So one little bag of this per sack of concrete in the mixer, so it's waterproof. That stuff's not too bad. It's like $1 a bag. Yesterday we got our steel decking delivered, so they started to put that on yesterday afternoon. That's the 1 millimeter thick steel decking, or the thicker stuff. Some of it's cut to size, or close to size I should say. It's never cut to size. I don't know why they can't measure things properly here, but here they measure once and they'll cut it twice. Because there's a pile of the scrap that they cut off yesterday laying there. It's already cut to size, but they still had to cut it again. So always double the work here. Always double the work. Makes me so mad. So they started bending this hook deal yesterday. Looks like a flower holder or something to me, but what it's for is we had to buy a pulley and rope yesterday, and this thing here will hook onto this bucket, which is what they put the concrete in to pour it. This is the part of the bucket brigade thing. And then what I think happens, I don't know for sure, is they'll put it in this loop gizmo here, put the bucket on there, and there's a bunch of these loops on this rope, and then some poor fellow is gonna stand here all day pulling this rope up with these buckets on it. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. That's a job. And it probably doesn't look like it's far up there, but it's far enough, you know?
That's this story, right? Is it this story?
Yeah. So I'll put everything back so I don't lose it. So we'll go up there then and we'll show you what that guy has to do. And I would not want to be him standing out there in a little piece of wood either. So we're going to head up. Oh, there's more. Workers are showing up already. So we climbed up here. This is our bedroom area. All full of scaffolding tubes and wood braces everywhere. Can't hardly move around again. But since our last update, excuse me, still dealing a little bit with this cold deal, all clogged up. So since our last update, they put in steel beams above our head for steel beams, and they wrapped them with the wood, getting ready to pour the concrete. They put the extension pieces on all the columns that's underneath the beams, and they've moved all this scaffolding up into here and installed everything. It's a lot of work bringing all the scaffolding, moving it all the time. It's a lot of bolting and unbolting, you know, or I guess it should be a lot of unbolting and bolting and moving everything up here. Like I say, they got the steel decking yesterday and they started to install that. Can't wait till this pour is done. The worst part is, got to sit 21 days, so there will be no work anywhere on up here for 21 days, which sucks. And then, since our last update, let's go over this way so you can see better. So this is the view out of our bedroom window. We only have one bedroom window. And Anthony, it's not funny. I'm telling you, it's not funny. But since our last update, a neighbor built a house here. And this is our bedroom window view now. We used to have a view of the banana trees and the roadway. And it had a little bit of a breeze come through here.
Now what?
But now the neighbor built a house here, so it kind of took away our view, took away our air. So the only good thing is he did it early enough that he saved us money. So now we're just going to take this window here and fill it full of hollow block. It's no longer going to be a window. There's no sense in having that for your view. Yeah, it's too close. So he saved us some money by building it right where he did. Like I say, because now we don't need a window. And we have bids in for a bunch of places with windows and doors, but here they're so slow to get back to you on anything. One other place got back to us, which was cheaper. We just put in for the door to see their pricing, and they're, what was it, 20,000 less for the door, or 30,000 less? 30,000 less pesos for the door, but we have to go pick it up in Cebu for that price. So we're still looking, and thanks for the people that gave us places to look at. Because I wasn't planning to go to Manila for windows and doors, but if it is cheaper, we'll go there. But so far, all the places in Manila, none of them got back to us yet for a price. So like I say, they're very slow here with their pricing. So we're going to go upstairs and show you the roof deck. This is the progress from up above. Like I say, putting in all the rebar beams and forming all of them up to pour concrete. Long ways to go back through there yet, but we'll get there eventually. And still got to deal with the cables for the internet. Now we got cables up here that are low hangers. We also have a cable over here that goes to the neighbors that runs through underneath. I'm not sure if you can see that little thin wire. Comes across and shoots down underneath all of the forms and stuff for the scaffolding and underneath our terrace. And that one's pulled as tight as it can get. And the PLDT still has not showed up here to do anything for the work. So I'm not sure what's the deal with that. Here on the edge, you can see these forms. There's rebar coming out. It's called a lead, or just, I call it just an overhang. But they got to form up all this here, all the wood forms, and then they'll put plywood on top of this, and plywood up the side, so everything will be the same height as the concrete floor of this roof deck. So yesterday was a lot of time forming all this up, all the way back through. They got to do it. And the rebars are hanging out too far at some spots, which I don't understand why. You would think they would all been measured and cut the same length, but so, and as you see, it's a long drop down there, so that's why the guys work a little slower. And there is no such thing as fall protection here, and everybody's wearing flip-flops on these slippery steel tubes climbing around. So sometimes I understand why things go a little slower here like that. And of course, there's no power tools, you know, there's no saws, it's all hand saw. There's no reciprocating saw, no air nailers, everything's manual. So kind of makes me mad that I sold my air nailers before we left the US, but that's the way things go. And over here is the poor man's job of pulling up buckets. And I'm not walking out on the piece. I'm gonna climb on this side of the bar. So that guy's got to stand on that small piece of wood there, or form.
It's not nailed fast either.
No, it's not nailed fast. Like I say, I don't even want to reach out there and grab that damn rope. Maybe it's because I'm older and wiser, I don't know, but yeah, that's a good ways down there. And that guy's got to stand there and pull them buckets up all day, and then hand them to the next guy, and then lower them all back down. So that's just freaking craziness. But whatever it takes to make a peso here in the Philippines, they'll do it. So some guy will gladly stand there. And now, this is the reason we're spending all the money. This is going to be our view from up there on this roof deck terrace. Not a bad view out across there. And the good thing is it's such a nice breeze. We were up there last night, it's such an amazing breeze. This morning it's such an amazing breeze. When you're down lower, you don't feel the breeze.
You don't need an aircon here.
Yeah, we're planning to put a kubo hut up here and be able to stay up here at nighttime. Sleep up here, nice cool breeze. And from this area, I know you can't see it on the camera, but we can see Bon Bon Beach now. There's the Mojave side of Bon Bon Beach. We can see through the trees. I can see people down there walking around already this morning. And I can even see part of the beach over on the Warren side. So it's a spectacular view. I wish we were a little bit higher to see what the view is from a little bit higher. So in a few days, we're going to be about 5 inches higher. We'll see what how much the view changes when they pour the slab of concrete up there. And if we put a kubo hut, that'll bring us up a little bit higher also. That would view out the window. It'd be nice if we were a little closer to the water, but this is all we can afford, so we'll take whatever view we can get. So that's our midweek update for this week of building in the Philippines. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.